Hey friends, happy Friday. Thanks for joining this 13 Plus FastCast. I'm Anna Orsini. We want to start out with a story that we're following from overnight. Another crash that we saw here at home. This one was near Fort Lowell and Country Club. Police believe that what happened is a car actually went off the road and then hit a bench at a bus stop. 3 people were hurt. We know 2 of those people have life-threatening injuries. We haven't gotten an update on their conditions this morning. We also haven't gotten any more information from police about what exactly happened, but this is something that we are keeping a close eye on today, and we'll let you know when we do get more information from investigators, both on air and online. And it seems like recently we've kind of seen a lot of pretty bad crashes, at least a couple this week, and police now are looking at ways to make the roads more safe. We do know that earlier this week there was a crash that was suspected to be street racing, and we've shown you different examples of street racing here in Tucson. Some actually say that they think that that's an issue that has gotten a lot worse. And like we said, there was that crash earlier this week. It was an 18-year-old killed on Prince Road, and police believe that it could have been a kind of racing situation that unfortunately resulted in somebody dying. And so the police say that people are fed up with this issue. It's something that we've seen on roads that puts people in danger, but the Tucson chief of police also says that it creates an even bigger issue that some people may not even be thinking about.
2 of our officers pull up and they start throwing, objects, firing firearms. So it's just different. They don't recognize the authority that they used to. So that really has us we have to step back and we have to rethink our strategies.
Now, one of those new strategies he was talking about includes the use of air support. He says that they might have a better idea moving forward of what is happening on the ground here at home if they have a visual from the sky. So this is something that we'll keep an eye on. Of course, wanting to see those numbers go down. We've talked about it before. October is actually the deadliest month when it comes to car crashes here in Arizona. So this is something that we will continue to track for you. And another big issue that we've seen here at home that we've talked about a lot recently is, of course, human smuggling and just kind of the influx of migrants that we've seen at the border. And the Cochise County Sheriff, Mark Daniels, says that he physically kind of cringes every time that he hears that one of his deputies are in pursuit, because not only does it mean that his officers could potentially be in danger, but citizens could be as well. And he says a lot of resources are going towards the human smuggling issue right now. Almost 100 deputies are spread out over a space that's the size of Connecticut. And he says a majority of the more than 400 American citizens that they've arrested so far this year have actually been from out of town. He says many of them have actually been recruited by Mexican cartels, and that they're promised thousands of dollars to bring migrants into this country.
We have over 100 juveniles in the last 18 months that we've apprehended in this county, smuggling, all the way to the age of 13 and 12 years of age. Down here, driving grandma's car, a friend's car, or mom and dad's car, down here. And it's social media.
Now, the data for September has not come in yet, but if you do remember, we talked about this a little bit last month because numbers at the Tucson sector reached a 16-year high in the month of August. There were 49,000 apprehensions in August alone. That was up 24% from those numbers that we saw in July. But some good news, some better numbers that we're seeing today. The job numbers in September, the U.S. economy actually added 336,000 jobs last month. They were expecting to add about 170,000 jobs, so nearly double what economists were expecting. It is the largest monthly employment gain since January. It's the 33rd consecutive month of job growth here in the United States. Something else we were keeping an eye on earlier this week, of course, the case with Hunter Biden. And so an update on that today. He's actually asking the judge to throw out his federal indictment on those felony gun charges. His lawyer did hint at this earlier this week. He appeared in court on Tuesday and he did plead not guilty to the charges against him. But his legal team says that they want the case dismissed because they say special counsel was actually prohibited in the previous agreement from bringing the indictment. However, special counsel then said that the previous deal was a, quote, proposed diversion agreement, and they said it wasn't actually signed by a court official. Therefore, it never actually went into effect. So the two sides have kind of been fighting this back and forth and just the legality of it moving forward. But the judge gave each side until November 3rd to file their motions. So we'll keep an eye on this, but probably won't get any updates until November as to whether or not that case will move forward. And then, of course, maybe it doesn't feel like it outside right now, but it is fall, our last few weeks of spooky season. A lot of you may be wondering, what are we going to do to celebrate? And one thing you can do in Marana this weekend is head out to the pumpkin patch. Jack Cooper got a look at what you can expect this year and all the fun things that you can look forward to.
I'm told there's going to be a lot of the same things as in years past, like this tractor you see here. But this year, The whole pumpkin patch is going to be a whole lot bigger. That's because there's going to be a lot more people here this year. And while leaders do say that, they also say that there are going to be plenty of pumpkins for you to get out there and pick. But there's also going to be some new things. Let's take a look at those as well. There will be new flushable bathrooms, so there won't be as many porta potties around. There will also be plenty of activities for the kids to enjoy. I'm told there's going to be more swings that have been added, and they can also enjoy the corn maze. And for adults, they can grab a drink since the pumpkin patch now has a beer and liquor license. Meanwhile, something back this year is the pond and the paddle boats. The pond actually doubles as an irrigation system that was put in this time last year and was key through this very hot summer and monsoon.
This was a extremely difficult growing season with the record heat that we have had. And then to top it off, we had a almost tornado roll through the farm that caused us to have to step back a couple of steps and fix a lot of things. And of course, our pumpkins don't enjoy any kind of adverse weather, but rest assured we have lots and lots and lots of pumpkins for our pumpkin fanatics.
Now, with those huge crowds that are expected again this year, leaders tell me that you should buy tickets online. They only have a limited amount of tickets here actually at the pumpkin patch for sale. So if you get them online, you can get into the pumpkin patch quicker. And the best part, they're actually cheaper if you buy them online. They're $3 cheaper if you buy them there. All the details you need to know, a link to actually buy tickets, it's all up on our website right now. Reporting at the Marana Pumpkin Patch, Jack Cooper. Back to you.
So whether you are heading out this weekend to go to the pumpkin patch, maybe hop on a tractor like Jack. Yeah, why not? I mean, when in Rome. We have Allie Potter here with us today to talk a little bit about what you can expect weather-wise heading into your weekend. And we saw a number that we did not want to see this morning on the board.
I know.
What is that, Allie? There it is.
I know.
There it is. That's how we feel.
No words are needed. It's just a big sigh,
Yeah.
and it's not a good sigh of relief at all. Those triple digits making a comeback once again, unfortunately. And yes, we are feeling not so much like fall at all, but if you do want to go to the Marana Pumpkin Patch opening up tomorrow, as Jack mentioned, 81 degrees by 9 o'clock. I do want to point out, though, it's going to be pretty windy as we start out the morning. So if you're planning on going around that 9 o'clock hour, even noon, then, it's not going to be the best. However, later on in the afternoon, it's going to be warmer. However, the wind speeds are going to cool down. 95 degrees are forecasted high by 3 o'clock tomorrow. The gates open at 9 o'clock in Marana. Those gusty winds are making a return once again today, 23 miles per hour, but greater on Saturday at 31. Again, these are gusts. What I showed you a little bit earlier, those are sustained winds. So it is going to be a pretty windy day tomorrow. On Sunday, though, dropping a little bit, and then Monday, Tuesday, but picking right back up on Wednesday because another another weather system is heading our direction. We'll talk about that in a bit, though. Tucson right now, 88, 81 if you're in Sierra Vista, 80 for Safford, 87 in Nogales, 89 for our friends in Marana, 84 for Benson, 76 in the Bisbee area. More clouds we're seeing today, but warmer temperatures, about 10 degrees warmer than what we were literally just 24 hours ago. So we're already starting to heat up. 5 degrees warmer in Sells, 8 for Nogales, 2 for Sierra Vista, 4 for Bisbee, 7 degrees in the Phoenix area. Temps for the rest of your day, we're flirting with those triple digits in between that 3-4 o'clock mark. So you might see that there. Again, this is for the Tucson area. Of course, a little bit cooler, though, if you're in Santa Cruz and Cochise counties. Those gusty winds for today, mind you, starting out not too bad, but we're still going to be in the teens, dropping just a bit by midday, but then picking right back up, though, this evening. So if you have any Halloween decorations, just giving you a heads up there. That warming trend also begins, and that ridge of high pressure is what's causing all of this. However, midweek come next week, that's when that trough will once again return, and we'll see those remnants, which just means cooler temperatures and those gusty conditions. It's literally, folks, a rinse and repeat of this week. So just giving you a better perspective there. Our radar remaining dry. However, we are picking up a little bit of clouds, though, a lot more than what we saw yesterday. In fact, Tucson Metro, 3 Point Cell, Sal Rita, if you're in Cochise County, a little bit on the clear side. I am giving it a 10% chance for rain, though, so that's some good news, right? However, 100 degrees are on tap for today, 89 in Sierra Vista. instead 95 for Nogales, 90 if you're in the Douglas area with lots of sunshine. That sunshine will continue. A little bit of clouds, though, that we are going to be dealing with today. So a little sun-cloud mix, so to speak. But those cooler temperatures do make a comeback. But we got to get through today, Anna. And as you've noticed, those overnights reflected in that as well. 73. We've gotten some relief this past week in the 50s, but that 70 making a return. So not much of a cool down as we go to bed, but 95 on your Saturday, 93 Sunday, and sticking with those low 90s next week.
Okay, so we'll take the low 90s next week. I mean, hopefully, I know Mallory talked a little bit about how we get, on average, one triple-digit day each October.
Yep.
Hopefully, this is our one.
Exactly.
And we keep it there.
I know. I know. Ugh.
But I mean, with the way
Think
the way things are going this year, I don't know about that. But this isn't, not my jurisdiction. I just know that looking at the next week or so, we're going to enjoy the weather a lot more next Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes, and just to give you a little bit more perspective, we should be at 89 degrees.
Okay, so yeah, a little bit about that.
I don't know
today.
if it helps or not
Yeah,
mentally
I mean,
looking at that.
It's not great. It's not great. I don't know what to say other than that. At least we do have the clouds, though, so that'll help.
Absolutely,
Because there's
yes.
nothing worse. I mean, 100 when you're out in full sunshine versus
Right.
100 with cloud cover, it feels a little bit different.
Absolutely,
So,
yep.
Okay, just got to get through the weekend.
Exactly, it'll
Great.
be great.
Thank you, Allie.
Of course.
And speaking of that cloud cover, we want to take a live look out at Tucson right now. So clouds are helping out maybe a teeny tiny bit, but it's going to be a hot one ahead of us. We're going to see those triple digits today. Hopefully that won't be the case for the rest of October. Thanks for joining us for this 13 Plus FastCast. We'll see you back here at 2:30. Have a great Friday ahead. Stay cool, stay safe, and we will see you soon.